Hello and welcome to Operation Crypto. Today we're going to take a look at a project which is XIOT. We'll have a look at some of the basic fundamentals of a project. We'll run over some of the key stats and tokenomics, and then we'll finish up by taking a look over the charts and see what's been going on with regards to price action. Right, so let's get cracking. Just before we start, please make sure that you do like the video, subscribe to my channel, it will help me out a lot, and let's crack on into this project. So, it does say it is a fresh take on DeFi, which is decentralized finance, and also a fresh take on yield farming. If you've been watching a lot of the yield farmers recently, and if you've heard of Yearn Finance, which is YFI, that is absolutely shot to oblivion. It's currently trading around $35,000 per coin. That's massive. Outweighed Bitcoin's all-time high by an absolute mile. So let's run into it. So it is a community-based protocol for fair multi-asset collateral yield exposure. XIOT tokens were created and distributed directly to its community of supporters, and it is definitely worth noting here that there was no pre-sale and no ICO, no initial coin offering, so nobody bought into this at an early stage before release. Holders of a token strictly gain value by participating in the yield farming ecosystem. The staking mechanism is still under construction and will be deployed after exhaustive testing to ensure a bug-free release. It was supposed to be released very recently, but they did mention on their Discord that it is going to be a little bit later. They did mention potentially Friday, which will be the 4th of September. But things like this, remember, it is groundbreaking technology, and it can take a while. Some people seem to jump on it and call it FUD, saying, oh, well, you give us this date and now you're not making the time. But shit happens. I mean, we're in a very new era of cryptocurrency here with DeFi and yield farming, and things just take time. If it take a little bit longer, then so be it, and you'll just have to wait a little bit longer to get that bit of technology in place. So how does the actual staking work? And you have three separate components which also combine into one. So with the IXOT, and then we have the other asset which could be Ethereum, and then we have the staking asset, and they all combine to create the XIOT network, which is the RI. So it does say that it has formulated a unique algorithm that rewards its participants for staking the token and other assets, but it disincentivizes being overly greedy. Inflation is reduced over a 3-year period to continually provide value to help sustain the token's value. The algorithm allows more users to participate in the staking process and receive rewards rather than a few prosperous individuals becoming even richer. That's what you don't want. You could say that's a centralized aspect what they're trying to get away from, really, because you do not want one person in charge who's calling all the shots, who has all the tokens, who has a massive development fund. That's what you don't want. You want to get away from that. So that does there. It like it says, it gets prosperous individuals from becoming even richer, and that's what we don't want. And it does say an even playing field has even been capitalized with XIOTRI. Here we have a roadmap. We can have a run over what's been going in the past and what we can expect in the future. So the 15th of August this year, that's when the token was released. So you're talking coming up to 3 weeks ago. This token has been in circulation, so not that long really. We had a platform update in Q3 of 2020, and then early Q4 2020, we do have alpha testing and bug elimination. Coming up towards the end of the year, we're going to have a closed beta test with lottery winners. And then late Q4 again, also we have a platform deployment and the open staking network. Here we can just learn more about a project which we'll drop into, and this drops us into the light paper. And we'll be able to just run over some of the key aspects here. So we have a content, and what is DeFi? I just want to run over it if you do not know what DeFi is. So it is the movement that leverages decentralized networks to transform old financial products into trustless and transparent protocols that run without any intermediaries. And you can see a diagram of how it potentially works between the blocks and then the transparency and the permissionless areas. Scrolling down, this is the summary of what they are trying to do. So it does give it a new take on DeFi. The goal is to create a new technology that favours the individual over affluent and his longevity. Most of the current systems in the market are not trustworthy. The only goal is to enrich the creators and quickly exit the scene. Basically saying a lot of projects nowadays come in, create an ERC20 token supply, pump it to the moon, sell everything they can, and then disappear to Thailand and never see them again. That's what happens in a lot of projects, and you could say there's a good 78% of projects in crypto space which are like that, but if this project is saying that that's what we're trying to get away from, then, I mean, for now, you have to take the word. Personally, I do like this project. The supply is quite a little bit crazy how low it is, but we will read down to it and read about the tokenomics. So we have a contract address there, and then the token allocation. So it runs on the Ethereum blockchain as an ERC20. We have a total allocation of 5,000 tokens will be created, which is 10%. 500 of the total will be also locked into 1 year escrow beginning on the 19th of August. These are allocated to the development for ongoing maintenance and upgrades. The remaining 4,300 tokens will be distributed directly to the community of supporters via an airdrop. No pre-mine or pre-sale will happen. Moving across to CoinMarketCap, we can have a look at some of the key stats of the project. So, XIOT is the ticker. The maximum supply will always be 5,000 tokens. The circulating supply is currently unknown in here, but you would expect it to be around 4,300. It did say in the light paper. We have a current volume of $1.3 million, you could say. The market cap is unknown. It is not currently, the tokenomics are not quite up to date on CoinMarketCap, and it's the same over on CoinGecko. What I'm mainly interested in is scrolling down here the all-time highs, which was $952. Currently, not too far away from there. If you look at today's percentage gain, it is up 229%, which is absolutely insane. But we will just have a look at market pairs where we're trading most. So you have got Uniswap is getting all of the volume. That is the only place it's currently trading. I think that is something that the project does need to work on. As we say, it has only been out since the middle of August, so that will be something that project will work on. But that obviously will come in time. You can't just expect to be listed straight away in all these exchanges. We just need to wait about, and hopefully that will come. What we're doing now is just jump over to the charts and see what's gone on in the past and what we could potentially expect in the future. So for a little bit of technical analysis, we'll use ChartX. This has got other Uniswap charts on it. It's not 100% accurate, but it is one of the best that we can use. And I just want to start off by marking a couple of key levels to give us a little bit of structure in place. And as you can see there, we have on the daily time frame. You obviously have a level there. We did reject off it twice. We came up, but it looks like hopefully we're going to close above this level. If we do close above this level, then I do think we're going to be in for a good ride. We already smashed all-time high. I'll just mark it up as well, because that is current all-time highs. Ignore that candle. That's when it first listed, and fuck knows what happened there, to be honest. I just want to mark a couple of lower levels just in case we potentially do move back down towards them areas. As you can see, there's a bit of a level there that marked up, rejected again, man. It obviously come back up, and we've been on quite a good run over the last few days. So we have a little bit of structure in place here. Let's drop to the 4 hour, see if we can see anything else. You could say we have a bit of a level. No, I mean, you don't want to put too many in. We have one there. It worked our way through. You could say we even started around there. We acted as support there, and then acted as support again, bounced down, come all the way back round, and then we acted as resistance, and we bounced back over there. So we have got a little bit of structure in place where you could potentially buy. You could say there's another level there, so we'll mark it up. It's not exactly bang on, but we acted as resistance there, resistance, come back down, and we acted as resistance again. So these are some potential levels that you could use to buy in if you were potentially looking at buying in. So you could say, where are we now? We're trading at around $909 on this chart. So if you want to potentially get into this project, then you would expect that we could either pull back to this level or potentially even pull back down towards this level at around $500. If we do get a pullback, depends what goes on really with this new yield farming technology. If it comes out next week, then I think a lot of the investors will be happy. But if it starts to move up, then we might not even see these levels again. So with regards to a price prediction, it is an unknown. What you just need to do is consider how low the supply is, and I think YFI, which is Yield Finance, has 30,000 coins in supply, and that's hit around $35,000. We're trading now at around $900. So we're long way off that, and we have a lot less supply. So I mean, who knows? We could absolutely take off and be the next year in finance and shoot up to these levels if we just work out as a price range from here all the way up to around, that's miles away. Look how far that is. I don't even think the chart will go that far way up. Yeah, it only goes up to $8,000, and that would be 700% price range just on these levels. Will it? Can we go any further? Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, let's just have a look at that. If it's a big if it went up to them levels, you're talking another 3,000% from here, and it seems a lot, but that's what can happen in cryptocurrency these days. Things can just absolutely moon. I think Yearn Finance has done about a 7 or 70,000% price raise since it released. So I do think this has a massive potential due to the yield farming coming out, the low supply, and currently we're in a bit of a FOMO territory with all altcoins, and people are starting to snap them up because there's some big gains to be made out there. So look at some potential entries down here. If we get a pullback, there could be some good levels. Even if we start coming down, then buy it around 400. But in my opinion, I do think we're going to start moving up. Once we break this $1,000 mark, I do think we're just going to keep pushing up and see where it'll take us. But yeah, that's just a brief explanation of the project, some of the key stats, and tiny little bit of chart analysis. So that will wrap it up for today's video. Please make sure you do like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time.